Hey, welcome back to the program. This is your Real Estate Chalk Talk. If you're just tuning in, you can reach us directly at 612-627-8000. That is 612-627-8000. Once again, Kelvin Kaemingk, the money man, is not here today. He is gone again. He's got to get his 6 months of vacation time in. It's hard, but he manages to do it.
He's an easy target when he doesn't show up.
Yeah.
Just gotta jab him a little bit.
He can't respond. But if you wanted to call him, you can call him on his cell phone. Why don't you do that?
I'm sure he'll respond there.
231-2500. He never picks up my calls.
He screens you.
Yeah. 651-231-2500. Remember, it's the best month out of the year is July. Nice, hot. All we need is a little nice humidity. We'll get that towards the end of the month. Love it, love it, love it. You're out in the backyard. Got a trick for you if you're making your steaks in the backyard.
Let's hear the trick.
Get yourself some, you like broccoli, you like Brussels sprouts, you like cauliflower.
I don't like cauliflower, but yeah.
You don't like it? I like all that stuff. But take your cauliflower and your broccoli and then throw a little olive oil in there in a bag and shake it up. Put some old number 17 on there, shake it up, leave it sit in the refrigerator for a couple hours. That's all it takes. And then when you throw your steaks down on the grill, you got to have the nice thick ones. No skinny steaks allowed. You got to have the nice thick steaks. Throw them down on the grill and do the one side. And then when you turn the steak, put your cauliflower on the side of the grill that's indirect heat. Put the lid down.
Took the words right out of his mouth.
Yeah, that'll be, and just let it be on there until.
Cauliflower is like the thing to replace bread, right? People will make cauliflower crust pizzas.
You ever had that?
I have not.
It's so good.
I bet I have. I bet Sheila's done something like that.
Yeah, it's really good.
I said it was great.
Yeah.
Anyhow.
Good move.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, so we have Lorrayne Ingram is in the studio. Lorrayne's been, we've been working together for 25 years?
Or more.
Or more, something like that. So for those, we've been featuring our agents on the program here now over the last few weeks, and we'll continue to do that as we go forward because people are interested in what makes up the Hittner Group and what's special about it. And of course, what's special about it is the people that are on the squad.
It's all about the people.
So, Lorrayne, why don't you tell us a little bit about, you're old, so.
Not as old as you, Methuselah.
So, it goes back a long time. Tell us about where'd you grow up?
I grew up north, Grand Rapids.
In Grand Rapids, and where'd you go to school?
Grand Rapids High School.
But didn't you go to Bible school then, too?
I went to Oak Hills Bible Institute, which is now Oak Hills Christian College.
Okay. And that was...
in Bemidji.
In Bemidji, all right. And then when did you decide, or what made you decide that you want to get into real estate?
I was selling major appliances for Montgomery Wards.
Oh, perfect.
And this manager came in from Coldwell Banker.
Okay.
And he asked me if I had ever considered going into real estate. And so I started to pursue, checking it out, and Ken's like, there's no way you will pass the test.
Okay.
And remarkably.
So real supportive.
Yeah.
Real supportive, it's a math thing.
Yeah.
And so, lo and behold, I passed my test and ended up working for Big Red for a number of years where you and I met.
Yep.
And then the rest is history. All of a sudden it's
I thought you sold
32
sewing
years.
machines.
I actually sold sewing machines for Wards.
Okay.
And then
That's an appliance.
Yeah.
and then
Small
I sold major appliances after that. And so when Kathy was born, it was a little bit easier to work part-time, and so.
And we started in, like say, in Edina Realty. You started actually in South Minneapolis working that market.
Actually, Edina Realty. But I worked Edina Realty 50th in France.
Right.
And then the agents there at that point only worked kind of in Edina.
Right.
Like, they couldn't imagine driving to Lake Nokomis and working. They stayed in their little market. And having grown up in the country, you drive all over. So it seemed pretty reasonable to me that you could go to Richfield, you could go to Maple Grove or south of the river, but the agents that were there only went there. So it was an easy transition when we moved south of the river to start going to other areas.
Branching out.
Yeah.
It's interesting because some companies in the, if you go back a couple of decades, they had that mindset.
Yeah.
Where there were neighborhood experts, their mission was to have an office in all these neighborhoods, and so you had this proliferation of offices that spread throughout the metro Twin Cities, and that kind of changed, as costs, I think, overhead, realize that every time you put a door out there, that you got overhead bids.
Exactly.
So I think Coldwell Banker is the ones that started to change that by having the big regional offices, with 100 or 150 agents in there and whatnot. What part of the market do you like the best?
I love empty nesters.
Okay.
Empty nesters, oftentimes there may be a transition that happens in their life, and it can be pretty traumatic and emotional for them. And so it's a longer process. As you all know, we built a lot of empty nester products. And so when they come to a point in their life, maybe they've lost a spouse, and then now they have to start thinking about downsizing. And oftentimes, that's a 2-year cycle between when they actually get ready to put their homes on the market. They have to purge stuff, and they need a lot of hand-holding, and it's a pretty traumatic time of life for them. And so just having somebody who can come alongside them, walk them through the process, not going to push them, take it really slow, and then help them to find another home that they can live with.
And manage.
And manage.
And right now in the market too, it's a big part of the market. I mean, I'm in my late 30s, and a lot of my business, excuse me, this year has been boomers, older boomers that have raised their kids there who were my age and now have grandkids, and so we're transitioning a lot of people. We've gone through a couple of estate sales this year, and it's a big part of the market and what's making it up. Do you find the same thing?
Absolutely. And there can be times, like, I'll give you an example. I just was called for somebody from church that his dad died, and they were wanting some help because his mother had died earlier, and they needed help to be able to put the townhouse on the market. Well, tragically, the son who was executor died 2 months, and he's 60, just a few weeks ago. And so last night I was talking with the wife because they used a death deed. And so this is going to become a very, very complicated transaction because now the sister is the executor. The father, before he died, did a death deed. So what happens is now that property is excluded out of probate. And instantly, by having signed that death deed, it goes instantly to the son, the daughter, and now the niece. And
they're all owners of that property.
Correct. And because the wife of the son was not put on that deed, it now goes to the estate. And so now, before they can sell this property, they have to do probate on the son. And they just finished the probate, and the wife, when she died previously, they didn't do probate. So because we have a great source with Global Title, I called Melissa, we walked through the process last night. I was able to relay back to the wife that, yes, I know you don't want to have to go through probate, and because of some health circumstances, this is tragically going to impact the extra money that they don't have.
Right.
But they're not going to be able to sell this property until they get this piece solved.
Yeah, that's just a great example of what happens when you've got somebody that is working for you that has experience.
Right.
And that really knows what to do, who to call. You don't necessarily have to have all the answers, but you need to have the resources available to you to get the answers for people and to walk them through and to be calm and assure them that we can work through the process and get this thing done without a problem. Everything takes time, and there's a time for everything, and we just kind of work through it.
Yep. And Lorrayne, if you're nothing else, you're calm. For sure. What's a good number
Sometimes.
What's a good number for folks to get a hold of you?
You can always reach me on my cell. That number is 612-751-1182.
Thanks, Lorrayne. You can also log on to hittnergroup.com. That's hittnergroup.com. And there you can click on Lorrayne's bio and connect with her right on the website as well. This is Real Estate Chalk Talk. We're going to head out to break here. 612-627-8000 is our phone number. 612-627-8000. We'll be right back.